As I've tried to explain and show you, this is one of the most incredible times to be alive. Literally, we have technologies that will change humanity. AI is a technology that will eventually replace us as the apex of intelligence on this planet. These are stupidly big concepts, but they're happening at exponential speed. And how it changes the economy and how we have to think through the rise of the robots. We're replacing knowledge workers and manual labor at the same time, and it's only just started. And you see, I love to have these conversations with people who really think about these things in depth. And one of our favorites is Jordi Visser. So Jordi and I share the macro background, both hedge fund guys. We both stumbled into this whole new world and have become obsessed by it in understanding what it means for all of us and how to create the opportunity sets. So let's sit down with Jordi and learn something new as ever.
We're living in a time of rapid technological change, with AI and advanced machines disrupting both knowledge and manual work. Experts like Jordi Visser and Raoul explore how these shifts create new opportunities and challenges for the economy. Financial systems are also evolving. Robert Kiyosaki is investing in Bitcoin, gold, silver, and Ethereum, while stablecoins and crypto adoption offer faster, more efficient ways to store and move value globally, especially in emerging markets. Bitcoin may have cooled recently, but analysts like Alex Thorne see it entering a mature phase. Ownership is spreading, networks are strengthening, and despite short-term shifts to AI and other sectors, Bitcoin's consolidation lays the foundation for long-term growth.
Stop. You don't have time. Don't miss out this 2025 bull run. Educate yourself first ahead of the crowd. We have created the ultimate step-by-step crypto cheat guide that will guide you this bull run. Unlock the secrets of crypto and make smarter investments today. Now by clicking on the link below to get your exclusive copy just under $10.
I've written two pieces this week specifically on the fact that it's here, it's now, and as we leave 2025, the number one most important thing for people is this year was a transition year where inference started to accelerate in terms of token usage, which leads us into the next stage of artificial intelligence, which I've called stage 2, where stage 1 was where these machines and these bots went through undergrad and they've graduated. They have 160 IQ now. And that number is only going to continue to compound every month and as every release comes out. But that just means we're closer and closer to knowledge workers being disrupted. And knowledge workers make up a huge percentage of obviously the United States labor. And that's going to start in much bigger fold this year. And the problem is you've already seen Walmart. Now you've seen Amazon make the headlines. You've seen Accenture, 3 of the 4 biggest private employers in the country have all said we're not going to be hiring. We'll hire eventually, but they've openly said that they're not hiring. And I'll just bring this up because I highlighted this chart last week, which is if you have a long-term chart of earnings per share and you overlay it with 2 separate labor indicators, one just temp employees hired. Temps have been going down consistently now, really since 2022, exactly right around the point that ChatGPT got launched. And then secondly is just the JOLTS number, which obviously went up dramatically during COVID, but has come back down. But those 2 things were very, very much correlated almost exactly to earnings per share in the S&P. So we've entered that very dangerous point where, especially from the big companies like Amazon who are spending lots of money, they need to be reducing employees to stay competitive. And I think one of the mistakes people have made is that they actually believe, number one, AI is not going to do that. That's a mistake. You and I both know that. Number 2, they kind of view it as, well, the companies are not going to fire the people. And the reality is in a capitalist world where your shareholders determine and your board determines what you're doing, you are absolutely going to see profit margins be the way that people are going to focus on. And I think we're at that inflection point right now where this labor situation, which has reached levels unprecedented, where you can have nominal GDP growing at 5% and no creation of jobs outside of healthcare, we're already seeing it. And I just don't think enough people that I'm speaking with recognize how quickly this has come on and how we're at the very beginning stages of something that goes exponential in terms of the labor side. And how do you catch up to exponential? So this is never going to get better on the labor side. It's only going to either stay the same or worsen, and I think that has huge implications, and that's what I've been writing about lately.
AI and advanced tech are rapidly changing work and the economy, while crypto and stablecoins make financial systems faster and more efficient globally. Investors like Kiyosaki focus on Bitcoin, gold, and Ethereum as fiat weakens, while Bitcoin's consolidation and growing adoption set the stage for long-term growth.
The way I read it was this. It was a very interesting thing that the administration basically said, we'll give you $20 billion. They're trying to impact the election. They're trying to get the voters to go, that you have the U.S. help. Now, if it didn't work out, everyone who is a local is going to take their money and put it into dollar stable coins. So the money's coming back in the U.S. Either way, the U.S. wins in this. So by using the swap, and I believe 100% that this is the mindset now, it's one of the reasons why I think the big sellers in Bitcoin are absolutely out of China. I think it's Bitcoin miners. I think it's family offices that are in mining. I think it's people that have held a lot of this stuff because I think China's cracking down on this whole situation. It's been part of it. And even though the crackdown's been happening, I don't think enough people are realizing the flow dynamic that's going to happen with stablecoins. Stablecoins allow for what I didn't see when I lived in Brazil, which is there was a black market, but it was very difficult to get your money outside the country. With stablecoins, any individual that's worried about the depreciation of the peso can take it out in a second. So we learned that with Silicon Valley Bank. I don't know why people didn't think about what could happen in Argentina. Very similar to Silicon Valley Bank, because a bank in the U.S. which took in all of this money, it was all evaporated in a matter of 48 hours. And the reason was because of the version of stablecoins, meaning it was digital money that was able to be taken out very quickly. The same thing will happen at some point with an emerging market country where someone loses, and you're going to have a run on the country, and it's going to happen at some point. And you've seen the ECB and China both publicly talk about the fact that they're worried about the dollar stablecoin situation. They don't know how to handle it. China wants their own CBDC. They want their own digital yuan. But the problem is, I think for these countries, it's going to be an issue. So that's the reason why I think Argentina was an interesting test case. He won. It didn't go out. But you give money to get the votes, and if it doesn't happen, the money's going to come right back into America.
AI and emerging technologies are transforming the economy, replacing knowledge and manual workers at an unprecedented speed. Crypto, stablecoins, and blockchain are reshaping finance, offering faster, more efficient systems and new opportunities for global adoption. Investors and analysts see this as a pivotal moment where technology and finance intersect, creating both risks and potential reward. Bitcoin, gold, and Ethereum remain key assets as fiat currencies face growing pressure from debt and money printing. While Bitcoin undergoes consolidation, its network strength and adoption continue to grow, setting the stage for long-term gains. Stablecoins are also enabling financial access in developing nations, highlighting a shift toward a more global and inclusive financial system. How do you think AI and crypto will impact traditional jobs in the next 5 years? Which asset, Bitcoin, gold, or Ethereum, do you believe will perform best in the coming market cycle, and why? Share your thoughts in the comments.